Okay, so setup-wise, I say very, very good. There's a lot of good things there in terms of both your ball position, the spine angle you're creating there now where you're sort of tilt behind the ball, very nice. On occasions, you did get a little bit wide with your feet, so just monitor that. I wouldn't say it was too wide very often, but on occasions you start getting wider and wider and wider. It will restrict your hip turn, which could be a good thing, but then it makes it very hard then to rotate back with the golf ball, and it's ideally not what we're looking to do, really, to be fair. So, in terms of the swing, now these swings are interesting. They're synced up for the impact, but if you watch as the club goes back now, the right-hand one is going to go away first, okay? These come back now to impact at the same time. So your swing on the left is a little bit short as a result. Not saying short in a bad way, it still went 260, okay? So there's kind of your backswing on the left-hand side there now, and the right-hand one just goes a little bit further, okay? So there's kind of there, and there's kind of there. So it's probably changed maybe about there, sort of thing. So wherever that is there, 10 degrees maybe. It seems to you massive, doesn't it? It feels like you're making half a backswing, okay? But in reality, that's how much change there actually is in the swings there. It's not a lot of change when we're making these backswings, okay? But real and feel, as we said always in the past, always feels massive, okay? As you come back to the golf ball here now, because the club face hasn't gone so far, the left wrist is staying flatter in terms of where it starts off here with a slight little curve. Top of the backswing, you maintain that. If we start cupping the wrist this way, what that's going to do is cause the club face to go, and that will actually encourage a longer swing. So keeping the left wrist flatter, that doesn't mean lock the wrist so it can't move. We need to sort of, in the golf swing, their movements, we've got to try and control and limit, I guess, in terms of how much movement they've got to make. So we're looking for that sort of 90-degree wrist hinge. We don't want to say, right, okay, well, my natural wrist hinge is like 110. I know I'll lock my wrist, they can't move at all, and I got like 50. We still want to make the movement, but you've got to control where they go and how they go. It's the same with the backswing. We don't want to say to you, I'll make a short swing. We're going to make movements in your swing to sort of limit how far you can go back, so you still feel like you're making a full backswing, but you're only going back as far as you need to go, and at which time the club face now is staying more and more square throughout the swings. As you come back to the golf ball here now, there's impact position of both the shots there, okay? Very good. Left arms, you can see sort of just slightly pulling away. But the left-hand one, even though your left arm's probably pulling away more than the right-hand one, because the club face was majority of the swing was square, it didn't actually be that bad a shot. It was one that went a fairly decent distance and through to, again, a good follow-through position. Your weight shift now is nice. You're sort of shifting the lower half. The hips are working, as we discussed last lesson, to the left. Your hands are getting back into impact at a pretty good spot, just releasing that club through now. We've got to get a little bit more of that kind of backswing control. So if the face starts off aiming at target, we want to stay aiming at target, stay relative to the shaft, should we say, in a square position. We don't want the face to be rotating throughout the golf swing, because if it starts off aiming at target and the backswing, it moves 10 to 15 degrees right on the way down, then you've got to do 10 to 15 degrees. And it's just, you'll get 2 out of 10 will be good, where you just have to time it, and it goes nice and straight, and it's lovely. Then you go, actually, with the 8 out of 10 a bit poorly. Some days maybe all right, some days all left, some days half and half, left and right. And then which is probably the worst thing is, where the hell do you aim?
Exactly.
Your first tee shot goes 40 yards right, second goes 40 yards left, on that third tee right.
You're going to
do I want to go, do I going to hook it, am I going to slice it? I don't know. So if we can get a kind of a consistency with the drive, and again, it will take some practice, obviously, hitting shots on the range over and over again, just getting familiar with the club face, and set yourself targets. I would say until you're really comfortably in 7 out of 10 between 2 yardage markers on the range somewhere, do you start using that club on the golf course a lot? Because if you're missing it more than 3 or 4 times out of 10, you can probably cost you maybe 8 shots. In the road, out of bounds, in the trees, probably 2 shots you're losing, so time. Okay, mate, make sense?
Brilliant.
Good stuff.